And we're back with the final part of A Golden Wake. Let's ask the dude about the keys.
You don't understand. It's of the utmost importance that I get down to the keys.
I do understand, and I'm afraid you're out of luck, friend. There's only one train going down there, and it's not for passengers.
Why not?
I'm getting on it.
Because it's being sent to evacuate the WPA construction workers who haven't left yet. If you need to take a fishing trip, I suggest you wait a few days.
I need to save a man from... Yeah.
There's something important we need to discuss.
Yes.
Is there? Do tell.
Okay.
Look, friend, it's extremely important I get on that train.
Yep. I've got business. I've got a friend who needs my help. I'm a crane conductor. Let's go with I have a friend.
I have a friend in the
truth.
keys who needs my help.
Your friend has probably already been evacuated. There's nobody in their right mind left down there who shouldn't be there.
I know for a fact he hasn't. He's very stubborn and insists on staying.
And you're
I
gonna
still
go...
don't see how
Yeah.
that's my problem.
You're overworked and underpaid, but would it be a big deal to let me go by? Okay, I have a wealthy friend, conscience. Let's go with... What do you reckon, Gabriel? Empathy or conscience?
Look,
Empathy.
I know you're overworked and probably underpaid. Would it really make a difference if you let me slip past?
My bosses watch me like a hawk, which is exactly why I can't let you slip past. I'm not putting my ass on the line for no good reason, and I honestly don't see one for letting you on this train.
Oh. Report. George Merrick.
I need to save George Merrick. He's in danger.
He says no.
Merrick? The Coral Gables guy? What's he doing down there?
He's been running a fishing club, but he's insisted on staying behind. Please, you don't know him like I do. He's very stubborn and passionate. If I don't go down there, he won't budge and he'll probably die.
Well,
Come on.
I'm sorry, but I have...
Alright, fine. I'm just gonna have to bribe
Begging
you.
your pardon.
What can I do?
I'm afraid.
Have a good...
Yeah. Is there anything else I can do? Nope.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm desperate. I need to get on that train. Can I maybe offer you a drink to look the other way?
A drink? You're trying to buy me off with a drink?
Yes.
You're just lucky. I've been craving one for hours.
Sweet.
Go on, before I change my mind. And if anyone asks, you don't tell them I let you on board.
Of course
Deal.
not. Hey guys, he let me on the train. Hours later. Okay, it's gotten pretty dark in here.
Can't see a thing. We should be well on our way. Now I just need to find a way out of this car.
Cool. Alright, so obviously I have my matches, so I'm gonna turn on this lamp that I can see. Hasn't got any kerosene. Barrel. I saw a barrel. There it is. Okay, it isn't sealed. Get the lamp. Okay, well, handkerchief. Gonna come in useful again. Okay, now it's soaked. Get that in my hanky. Cool, now I can light it. Using the matches, you quickly light the lamp. Sweet. Cool. Okay. Whoops. Okay, it's already lit, and let's just, there's a hammer somewhere in here from memory. Is it in here or is it in another room? Oh, I've still got the matches selected, that's why. The hammer's in here. There it is.
The storm seems to have made landfall already.
Yikes.
Horse feathers. Sticking around back here probably isn't the best idea. I should head towards the front of the train.
Which you will, once you get the hammer. It's my hammer now. And I've got a lovely bit of plywood that no doubt I can destroy. Maybe not be a good idea. Let's just head on through. So, it's Christmas
Who are
Day.
you? What are you doing on this train?
The name's Banks.
Oh,
I snuck
hi,
on board
Gilbert.
because I need to get to the keys.
You're crazy. What were you thinking?
I thought this train was
Breathing
meant to
into
be
a
taking
microphone like
supplies down there.
It was, but the people who sent it underestimated the power of the storm. We're only going forward because there's no way to turn back. The train is already starting to come apart. You're lucky it came up here when you did. I was just about to detach the locomotive.
Oh, cool,
But
thanks.
why?
Because if even one car gets blown off the tracks, the rest of the train will too. It's not worth...
Yep.
Damn it! I was afraid this would happen. If we don't equalize the pressure in this car, in the next few minutes it'll come apart.
Alright, well, I have
Help me get one of these windows open, would ya?
I got a real quick way of doing it. Use my hammer.
Good going, Banks. Now let's get to the locomotive so we can detach
Wait,
the
did I
train.
tell you my name?
Otherwise, we'll be swept off the tracks along with the
I
rest
think
of
I
it.
did. No, but do you see that? That's weird. Okay, am I detaching it or are you detaching it? Someone's detaching it. Here we go. Wow, those wheels are not looking happy. Oh, that's a bit of fire. 1997. We're thinking about the future. Oh, I love that ripple tree effect.
The winds seem to have died down slightly. We must be entering the eye of the storm.
Okay, well, lovely.
Or maybe not. I'd better find George. There isn't much time.
Yeah. Okay, not this building, not this one. Head on off. Where are we going? Alfie, you gotta go somewhere. This building isn't of interest to you. And you clicked off the screen. Good work. Oh, there we go. Door.
George, open this door right now!
Alfie, how did you find me?
Alfie Banks? I have to admit, you were the last person I expected to see walking through that door.
Oh,
What
you
brings
look-
you to my little club?
I
Different.
came to get you, George. In case you weren't aware, there's a huge hurricane on its way.
It might have
I
come
am
up.
well aware, yes. In fact,
I know.
You
She's the one who told me
sent
where
you
I could
this
find
way.
you.
I see. I have to confess, I don't fully understand why you've come. But as long as you're here, go ahead and have a seat.
Let's
I
talk as
haven't
like
got
gentlemen.
time to talk. We have to leave.
Well, there's always time to talk, Alfie. Why do I suddenly
I
look like a
insist.
priest from
Besides,
the side?
I'm not going anywhere.
Yep, that's where you're wrong.
George,
Yes?
I know we didn't part on the best of terms the last time we saw each other. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I was young and stupid. I thought the world owed me.
Apology accepted, Alfie. We've all been there.
Yep. Alright.
So, now that we've got that out of the way, what else is on your mind?
Alright, time to talk you out of this.
So, what have you been doing with yourself the past few years?
Well, I'm
this.
sure you heard about the bust. Coral Gables went bankrupt, and I was forced to step down from the commission. I
Oh.
always enjoyed it down here in the Keys, and Eunice's family just happened to own this property. So we came down here and opened up the fishing club. It's been
Lovely.
a much quieter life than I'm used to, but I can't complain. I suppose I had my time to shine.
Couldn't the others have done something for you? What about Doc?
I assume you didn't hear that Doc passed away 5 years ago.
Aw.
No, I didn't. Huh. Did you know this hurricane was coming?
Yep.
I had heard, yes. The weatherman had been talking about it on the radio the past few days. They seem to take them a bit more seriously down here in the Keys.
Well, yeah, because
Why haven't you evacuated?
Ever heard the old saying, the captain always goes down with his ship? I never abandoned Coral Gables. I see no reason why I should abandon the Caribbean Club.
Coral Gables was lucky. It didn't get the worst of the hurricane in 26. You're right in the path of this one.
That may be, but I think I've taken sufficient precautions.
Like, I'm sitting inside a building.
George, we need to leave. Isn't there any way I can convince you?
Yes.
You did a pretty good job of convincing plenty of other people in the old days. I'm not opposed to hearing what you have to say.
Alright, we can do this.
So, Alfie, why is it so important we go back?
Okay, Georgie, you are needed.
Coral Gables needs you back, George. It's
I
just
remember
not the
these.
same without you.
I hardly think that's
Tested
true.
this bit
Coral
quite a lot.
Gables has been fine without me the past few years. We had our moment in the sun. It's time for a new generation to take over.
Oh, I disagree, but I will convince you.
There's still so much left to do in Coral Gables. You can't just give up now.
Oh, really? This is an interesting change of attitude. Didn't you give up on Coral Gables when you decided to work for Tom Walsh?
We said this. I was stupid. I was an idiot.
I saw the way things were headed and decided to go for a more lucrative opportunity.
And it
For
turns
which I
out it
can
was
hardly
crap.
blame you, but I just wish you hadn't jumped ship so soon.
What else was I supposed to do? Drown with the rats? I don't share your optimism, George.
I never
I
have.
still can't understand how you never felt tempted to just give up yourself.
Who says I didn't? Do you think you're the only one who saw what was going on? The Depression came to Coral Gables years before the rest of the country. There were days when I thought about packing it all in. I knew when the bubble had burst, but I worked too hard to just give everything up. I stayed until they threw me out.
I didn't know that. I thought you were just naive.
We all have
Yeah,
our
we
bad
all
days,
show
Alfie.
that sometimes.
Sometimes it's bad weeks or even months. But what's important above all else is sticking to your principles.
Yeah. Alright, time to warn you.
I understand what you're saying, George, but times have changed. Principles are important, surely, but the depression and lack of money is all anyone thinks about.
Yep.
You made the city beautiful, sparing no expense, making it all about the aesthetics. But think about the value of that city in the current economic climate. Someone in charge wouldn't think twice about tearing down the Biltmore to sell the land if it meant a profit.
And all the work we did, all the sacrifices people made will have meant nothing. I hadn't even considered that possibility. I can't in good conscience allow something like that to happen. It seems living down here all these years has made me a bit out of touch. All right, Alfie. As soon as this storm passes, we'll take the first train back to Miami so I can assess the situation myself.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you
Yeah.
for helping me see things a bit more clearly.
I think I'm the one who should be thanking you for that, George.
Right. Let's get a move on.
Yeah,
We should
I'm
be
sure
careful.
everything will be
It
fine.
sounds like the storm has gotten stronger.
Oh.
George, this building is coming apart. We haven't got any time to lose. We need to get someplace safer.
To the doorway. Maybe.
When we get out
Where's
there,
the best place
we
to
need
be
to
in a
head directly
hurricane?
for the
I
shelter
suppose
south
yeah,
of here.
shelter.
Just
there we
follow
go.
me, and we'll be there in no time.
Right behind you. George, watch out! The ceiling is collapsing!
Wait, you could have... Alfie, you could have gone with him. I'm just saying. Also... Lovely sound effect to go with it. A grave in the Everglades. Oh, there she is, Marjorie, still not changed.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we remember a very special man whose life was unfortunately cut short.
No.
Alfie Banks was someone who wasn't afraid to speak his mind. In fact, he certainly gave me a piece of it one of the last times I spoke with him. However, at heart, he was a kind soul. Alfie cared about the well-being of others, even if they wronged him, and that takes class. Alfie didn't need to apologize to me for the falling out we had so many years ago, but he did, and that meant more to me than anyone could ever know.
Oh.
In the time I knew and worked with him, Alfie always showed an immense amount of initiative, which makes it no surprise that he achieved as much as he did.
But he didn't think he did.
Alfie may not have been a shining example of morality, but in the end he managed to get things done.
He talked a man into leaving
Not
and
only
pushed
do I
him.
owe my life to him, but my livelihood as well. Though I may not have expressed it as clearly as I should have, Alfie was instrumental in the success of Coral Gables. I'm sure he knew that.
Nope.
And though he was taken from us far too soon, Alfie's legacy will live on in the streets and buildings of this city. Because, just like the galleon which came to be the symbol of Coral Gables, Alfie sailed through all our lives, leaving behind a golden wake.
Title drop. The end. Oh, and here's the historic stuff. Edward Doc Demers, Coral Gables' first mayor, completed his term in 1928. 1929, he suffered a stroke while playing golf. After several months of recovery, he returned to his summer home in Conecuh, Massachusetts, where he died on March 24, 1930. Aww. And there's the picture of the real guy. Despite having been killed in his penthouse suite on March 4th, 1929, Thomas Fatty Walsh legacy lives on at the Biltmore Hotel, where many claims his ghost still haunts the 13th floor. Employees have reported elevator malfunctions as well as the smell of cigar smoke when no one is staying in the suite. The real person. Althea Merrick continued living at her home until her death in 1937. In 1978, the city of Coral Gables acquired the house and restored it to its 1925 appearance. In 2010, the Coral Gables Garden Club commissioned a bronze statue of Althea, which currently sits in the garden of the Coral Gables house. That's nice. There she is. William Jennings Bryant went on to participate in the Scopes monkey trial in 1925, where he famously took the stand and denounced evolution. Bastard. Successfully achieving a guilty verdict. Bryant died 5 days after the trial ended. Monkeys murdered him. Mabel Cody continued performing death-defying stunts with her flying circus until 1929, where it was disbanded due to an accident where she suffered a broken forearm and a dislocated shoulder. She went on to join the Doug Davis Baby Ruth Flying Circus. That's a lot of words. Eunice Peacock Merrick remained in Coral Gables until her death in 1989. Her contributions of land as well as the founding of the Coral Gables Women's Club and Gardening Club made her a pivotal figure in the development of the city. Hello. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas went on to become the Crusader for the Environment, best known for her work related to the conservation of the Everglades. Her best-selling book, The Everglades, River of Grass, made her cause popular and earned her the nickname the Grand Dame of the Everglades. She died in 1998 at the age of 108. After the 1935 hurricane destroyed the Caribbean colony, George Merrick returned to Coral Gables, where he re-entered the real estate business. In 1940, he became the postmaster of Miami and died 2 years later in 1942 at the age of 55. Merrick's legacy is still apparent in Coral Gables to this day, in addition to several streets and parks. Wow, imagine how many cities he had, which carried his name. A statue of him was erected in front of the Coral Gables City Hall in 2006, commemorating his vision and eternal optimism. And Alfie Banks never existed. Boom! Because he was the, yeah, Francisco, yeah. No one can see you throwing up the horns, Rizalka. And beautiful music by Pete Gresser. I love this soundtrack. And of course Dave from Wedge Eye Games. He published it. Here's a whole heap of lovely people. So we've got Jenny Patterson. She does a whole heap of wonderful work on Infamous Quest. So she's done a lot of work on... And of course Edmundo Ruiz. He does the Tween module. I've met him several times at GDC. He's wonderful. But I was saying Jennifer Patterson, or Jenny Patterson as most of us call her, she does all the character portraits of things like Quest for Infamy and Quest for Infamy. Yeah, well, Quest for Infamy and the other one that I can't think of right now. And here's our cast. What was the other one called? I think it's Quest for the Queen or something like that. I'm gonna play it at some point. Umberto. You know, some names just jump out at you, like Umberto. And a good old soda jerk is always hard to find. That's an interesting name. Man Junk. It's one letter off Man Junk. Yes, I thought it was Ben 304 as the doorman. And Rebecca Whittaker, of course, is Rosa from yeah. I should be somewhere in there. Nope, I'm not on that page. Is there more? Boo, boo, boo. Okay. Yeah, that was weird. Oh well. Oh, there I am. Special thanks instead. Whatever. I did play it like 7 times. You know. Oh, and you. So I technically just got special thanked twice. But yeah, so great game. I love this game. And I'm looking forward to... Oh, and it's just closed. Hooray. Now we're back on my art that I did for Abel Mabel Gets a Job. Yeah, so eventually I'd like to play Shardlight, which is his next game that he published and that he made with Ben 304 or Ben Chandler. And but I think what we're going to be doing first in the next video is going to be the beginning of Dreamfall Chapters, because now Final Cut is out, which is the main reason why I put a Golden Wake in first. So yeah, so next time we will see you for Dreamfall Chapters, where we can finally finish off the Longest Journey story. Although there's always, hopefully, more. I mean, I don't think there's any plans to make more, but I'd love to see more. Anyway, I will see you guys next time for Dreamfall Chapters. And yeah, see you guys then. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to, please subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every day. And if you would like to see videos before they hit YouTube, please consider my Patreon campaign. It really helps out on my game development while I make Lorna Baines. Yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.